Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhyanamulam Gururmurti, Pujamulam Gururpadam, Mantramulam Gururvakyam, Mokshamulam Gururkripa. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanao Punaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chidambana Jai Gurudev. We will be chanting the 6th Adhyaay from 33 onwards, right till, let's say, 42. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shashto Adhyayah. Arjuna Uvacha. Yoyam Yogastvaya Proktaha Samyena Madhusudana Etasyaham na pashyami Chanchalatva sthitim sthiram. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna Pramati balavadridam. Tasyaham nigraham manye Vayuriva sudushkaram. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asanshayam Mahabhaho Manodurnigraham chalam. Abhyasena tu kaunteya Vairagyena chagriyate. Asanyatatmana yogo dushprapa iti me matihi. Vashyatmana tu yatata shakyo vaktumupayataha. Arjuna Uvacha Ayati Shraddhayopeto Yogachaleta Manasaha Aprapya Yoga संसिद्धिं कां गतिं कृष्ण गच्छति कच्चिन्नो भयविभ्रष्टश्चिन्नाभ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रतिष्ठो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणः पथि एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण छेत्तुमर्हस्य शेषतः त्वदन्यः संशयस्यास्य छेत्ता न ह्युपपद्यते श्रीभगवान् उवाच पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति प्राप्य पुण्यकृतां लोकान् पुष्टित्वा शाश्वती समाः शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगभ्रष्टोऽभिजायते अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम्. Om Tat Sat. Last time when we did this Adhyaay 6, we finished which one? Which shloka? 38. So today we have to start with 39. And as you remember, there were so many questions that Arjun wanted cleared. Do you remember what those questions were? What was Arjun asking? First question was what? Doubt. Some doubt was there. What was that doubt?
The mind is strong.
Mind is strong and tenacious, like the wind, chanchal, restless, and he was in doubts. Can it at all be controlled, brought into control? What was Bhagwan's answer?
It's difficult.
Difficult but possible. So how? What was the obvious question comes then for Arjun? How? If it is difficult but possible, how? Abhyas and Vairagya. What was Abhyas? Practice. So meaning what? Constantly practicing with faith, with prasannata, with ekagrata. How long? Lifetime. Okay, lifetime. Till it becomes part of your nature, default setting. Then how is that possible? How is that going to be possible? Because so many distractions are coming up in the mind. When you close your eyes, when you're sitting for meditation, so many distractions are coming. So how will that abhyas become siddh? With vairagya. So what is vairagya?
Dropping off what is not nitya.
Non-attachment. What does that mean? What exactly we have to drop?
Attachment to Vishayas.
Attachment. How is that attachment going to drop?
Understanding.
Samajh. Correct. So what do you have to samajh?
Objects are temporary.
Objects of the world through which we seek happiness. We are seeking happiness through objects of the world. Why are we seeking happiness through objects of the world? First and foremost.
Because we are seeking completion.
Because all our senses are outward.
Okay.
We are seeking that completion in the wrong place.
No, why are we seeking happiness in the objects of the world? What are we seeking?
Because you are feeling
Happiness is
incomplete.
our innate nature.
No,
We are incomplete as well.
no,
We think it is real.
no.
Because we do not know ourselves.
Because we still consider ourselves as the body. And because we still consider ourselves as the body, we are fulfilling the needs of the body. The body wants batatora, not the Atma. The body wants the clothes, the shoes, the bags, the house. Atma doesn't want. So because we are so fixed, we have a nishtha, deha nishtha, we are completely convinced that we are the body, therefore we need to fulfill the desires of the body, as well as the mind, as well as the intellect. So, what is the samajh that we need to have?
That we are not the body.
Firstly, we are not the body, and secondly, no vishay of sansar has happiness. The happiness is not in the vishay. Vishays are temporary. If vishays are temporary, the happiness that the vishay can provide also obviously is temporary. Even while enjoying the happiness that we do have, get some sukh by eating this or drinking this or possessing this or seeing this or experiencing that, that is only because temporarily our vrittis have relaxed. They are still not running after the vishay because you got it in your hand for that few moments. So till you are enjoying that, you think the object is giving you that happiness. But there is absolutely no happiness in the object itself. The only real happiness is the permanent happiness, which can only come with something that is permanent, and the only thing that is permanent is the Atma. So the bliss of the Atma. So that is understanding that, and then the mind not running after the objects is Vairagya. The mind not running after the objects, losing their attraction for the senses, the law objects losing attraction to the mind, then that is Vairagya. So it is possible, obviously, for which comes first, Vairagya or Abhyas?
Vairagya comes.
Vairagya has to come first. So when the mind is not running, it is still. When it is still, it can do Abhyas. Getting it? Okay. Now, there was one more question that Arjun had after this. What was that question? Do you remember?
What is the gati?
Gati. What will be the gati for who?
For those who do not achieve paroksha.
They are doing sadhana. They are shraddha also. They are doing sadhana also. But they have not realized the self. So now what will happen to those people? They are neither completed the sadhana on the path of action also, nor they have completed the sadhana on the path of knowledge also. For somewhere along the way, they have fallen off the path, or their sadhana has got lapsed. What is the word for those people we used? Yoga brashta. Yoga brashta. Correct? Alright, so obviously that was the 38th shloka, and Arjun is still like wanting to express himself on that doubt. So, Shlok 39, he continues that question. Okay, let's read Shlok 39 together. Etan me sanshayam Krishna chetumarhasya shekshataha tvadanya sanshayasya chetana yupapadyate. Krishna, only you are capable to remove this doubt of mine completely. For none other than you can dispel this doubt. Let's take the meanings. Arhasi, you should. Arhasi. It's within the last word of the first line in the middle. Arhasi. You should asheshata, completely. Asheshata. Chetum, remove. Etat, this. Sanshayam, doubt. May, of mine. Krishna, only you are capable of removing this doubt of mine. He, because, for. Na tvadanya, none other than you. Upapadyate, can be. Chetta, the dispeller, the remover. Sanshaya syasya, of this doubt. So what was this doubt? We just said, what will happen to a yoga brashta? If a sadhak has deviated from both the paths, path of action also, path of knowledge also, both he is doing something, but unfortunately he says, there he has not got self-realization. So Arjun wants to know, what is the ruin? Will he get ruined? The word was used, will he get ruined? So what ruin is Arjun afraid of? What is that ruin? Ruin could be that during his lifetime, people will criticize him. You're not doing your part, you're not doing your puja, you're not doing your sadhana. Is that the ruin that Arjun is talking about? Or is he thinking that his patan will happen? Or after his death, where will he go? Or maybe he's thinking that next life, what will happen to me? Where will I be born? What will be my gati? Okay? And this is also probably many sadhaks concerned thinking also. And we feel, what kind of emotion does this kind of thinking create? Fear. So then you might start doing sadhana out of fear. And that is really not the way to do the sadhana. So Bhagwan is now going to put Arjun's fears at rest and also all our fears at rest, so that whatever sadhana we want to do, we do it with the correct bhav. Okay? So why do you think Arjun or even we have such a doubt that what will happen to us in our next life? And so often we say, God knows which yoni we will be born in and all that, right? So because of all these shastras, in many shastras, this kind of warning, you can say, fear mongering. So in Chandogya Upanishad, I found out, it says that if neither of these two paths you are following, then you are born like small creatures that transmigrate again and again. So it's there, it's not like it's not there. In Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad also, they say that if you don't follow these two ways, you can become insects and moths. And frequently biting things like gnats and mosquitoes. Machhar, you become a machhar. Manusmriti has an even worse fear, warning. A Brahmin who falls from his own duties is born, it's quite gross, is born as an eater of vomit and a fire-mouthed ghost or a fox. So now Arjun has gone to Kurukul, he has studied and he has read all these things. So obviously, he is has one doubt. So that's why he is asking this question to Bhagwan. And he says, etanme sanshayam Krishna chetu marhasya sheshata. You must completely remove this doubt of mine. And natvadanya, nobody else but you can do it. Now, I wonder why he says that, because there are so many people who can remove this doubt. Maybe he is afraid now we are in the battlefield and he's asking such a question, like ekdam philosophical question. So maybe in Arjun's mind, he's thinking now Krishna will say, now you just do what you have to do now. We are in a battlefield. After this war is over, you go and ask one guru. Go to one gurukul, check it out with some guru, check it out with some rishi. He could have said that also. So Arjun is saying, no. You only have to take it out. That could be out of his faith for Bhagavan Krishna. Only you can clear my doubt. Or it could be, we are in the battlefield. I need this doubt to be cleared now so that my mind is free to do my duty. So I don't want to have all these thoughts where I want to be clear in my mind. So you are here in front of me. You clear my doubt right here, right now. So my mind is free to do what I'm supposed to do. Okay? And that's why Arjun calls Bhagwan Cheta, dispeller. You are the dispeller. You are the destroyer of my doubts or of my confusions. Give me the answer. So now Bhagwan, out of his compassion, will give Arjun the answer, and he'll give all of us also some clarity on where we will go after our death. Okay, let's go to Shlok 40. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Partha Naivehana Mutra Vinashastasya Vidyate Nahi Kalyanakrit Kaschit Durgatim Tata Gacchati. Shri Bhagavan said, Arjun, there is no fall for him either here or hereafter. For my beloved, none who strives for self-redemption, that is God realization, ever meets with evil destiny. What? Guarantees after guarantees after guarantees. And now we have to put our mind at rest, but there are certain clauses to this guarantee. He has to be striving for self-redemption, not just casually, going on this journey as if he is, on a boat right down the river Seine. So take the meanings. Partha, means Bhagavan Krishna. Partha, Partha meaning Arjun, son of Pritha. Pritha means another word for Kunti. Naiveha vidyate, there is certainly no vinash, ruin, fall, destruction. Iha, here. Na mutra, or hereafter. In either of the two conditions. Either in this life or in his next life or in the afterlife. Tasya, for him. There is certainly no fall or ruin here in this life or in the afterlife for him. He, because, for. Na kaschit, no one. Kalyan krit, who strives for self-redemption, who's working towards kalyan, who's working towards self-realization. Gacchati, meets with durgatim, evil destiny. And then he uses one word, tat, my son. Again, we have always noticed that Bhagwan Krishna chooses what name to call Arjun from time to time. Madhusudana, now this time Parth. Because son of Kunti, Pritha. Kunti's husband and Arjun's father was Pandu. Perhaps Bhagwan Krishna realizes that this question is arising in Arjun's mind because his father, who was also very pious, who also used to do a lot of sadhana, who was also on the path, he did not get self-realization, and there were two reasons why he did not get self-realization. One is he gave up his Kshatriya dharma to go and live in the forest, become a sannyasi, and desire was not controlled. So because in spite of being such a pious person, in spite of being such a sattvic person, so good, so everything, he did not get self-realization. So by calling Arjun Parth here, he is kind of saying, I know what's going on in your mind. You son of Kunti, your father's memory is coming in your mind. So let me put your mind at rest. Okay? Let me clear this confusion. Nai veha na mutra vinashastasya vidyate. No fall can happen for your father or like your father, anyone else, here during this lifetime also and hereafter in the next life also. Completely puts Arjun's mind at rest. You don't have to worry about that. Arjun is not so much thinking of himself perhaps as he's thinking this old doubt has suddenly come up. What must my father, what must have happened? What must have been the gati of my father? So why is it that no ruin will happen to such a person? Why not nothing? Why he's not got realization? So why no ruin is happening? Because he's Kalyan Krit. He is striving, he is pursuing, he is eagerly doing his sadhanas. He is striving for self-realization. He is not lazy, he is not ignoring, he is not shunning, he is not avoiding. He is striving, and striving is a strong word. It's not just like, 5 minutes I will do and then my sadhana is over for the day. He's clearly eager to do his sadhana and reach his redemption. So, what kind of sadhak would that be? That kind of striving would mean that whatever the scriptures have told him, he is doing. If scripture has told him this is the nitya karma you have to do, then he is doing that. If scripture has said this is nishedh karma, this actions you should not be doing, then he is not doing that. So he is following he is also doing sadhana chatushtay. He is working towards vivek, he is working towards vairag, he is working towards. He is also practicing shravan and manan and all that. Okay? He has also taken sharan of a guru. All this is done. Then what will happen to such a person? Even such a person who has not got self-realization, still no durgati will happen to him. Means in this life no infamy, and in next life he will not be born as any insect or anything. Okay? And he uses the word tat, my son. Of course, Bhagwan Krishna is just maybe a year or two older than Arjun. But this kind of affectionate way of saying that you are in my sharan, I am taking care of you, I am giving you some good advice, my dear, you just follow it that way. So he is not telling anything more in this shloka, just reassuring him. Now, more details why all this is going to happen and how this ruin is not going to happen. Very important for all of us to understand. Let's go to 41. We will not do too much today because we need to digest all this, little by little. One week we are meeting, so it's better to do little at a time, digest it, and then go ahead. Let's go to 41. Prapya punya kritam lokan ushetva shashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashto vijayate. Such a person who has strayed from yoga obtains the higher worlds, heaven, etc., to which men of meritorious deeds alone are entitled, and having resided there for innumerable years, takes birth of pious and prosperous parents. Take the meanings first. Again, we come across this word yoga brashta, person who has strayed from yoga, means has not united with the divine. Yoga is always union with the divine. So yoga brashta, one who has not had union with the divine. Prapya, having attained. After having attained, lokan, worlds. You know worlds? 7 lokas above and different heavens. Punya kritam, worlds of those who have performed righteous deeds. Punya, those who have done punya. Which worlds? The worlds which are reserved for people who have done dharma. And then ushitva, having resided, having stayed there. Shashvati sama, for innumerable years, for eternity almost. Abhijayate, they take birth again. Where do they take birth? Gehe, in the house of, in the lineage of Shuchinam, pious people. And not only pious, Shrimatam, prosperous. Pious and prosperous. Now there are 2 kinds of yoga brashta, you can say. 2 kinds of people, categories you can say, who are doing sadhana, who have got shraddha, but they are not attained aparoksh anubhuti. Let's take the 2 options. Option 1. What kind of person will be? They are on the spiritual path. Now they are serious about yoga, so now they are not doing all the small yagnas and all for personal material things. They are doing shravan, they are doing manan also. But all their vasanas are not over. They still have some vasanas remaining. Some desires are still there because of latent vasanas. And they die before self-realization. This is one kind of person who is dying before self-realization. The second kind is the same as the first, but he has mastered vairagya. He has mastered vairagya, therefore no more desires for material things are left. These are the 2 different kinds of yoga brashta. Getting it? One who still has desires, one who doesn't have any more desires. Now this shlok is talking about option 1. Desires are still there. Okay, for most people, we are doing sadhanas, but our desires are still present. We have not developed full vairagya yet. So what will be the gati of such a person? Or in other words, what will be our gati? Important to know, right or not? Because whatever you do, you should know the consequences also. So Bhagavan says for such a person, prapya punya kritam lokan. What will happen to such a person? He will go to that particular loka which is reserved for people who have done punya. And you know, on Guru Purnima we talked about all the categories of lokas. So you can imagine, you can decide which loka you are reserving your space in. Okay? So when our prarabdha comes to an end and we are born with X amount of prarabdha, it is decided at the time of birth. When that prarabdha finishes, we have finished experiencing that, the physical body has to drop. And that is what we call death. Death doesn't mean non-existence. It simply means existing somewhere else. I like one quote which I used to quote long ago. Every exit is an entry somewhere else. So we continue to exist but somewhere else. Okay? So now during our time in the world, if we have done lot of dharma, righteous acts, lot of punya we have collected, lot of sadhana, properly prescribed sadhanas have been done, karma yoga has been put into our actions, then we will be transported to one of the higher realms of existence, one of the swargas, lokas. And the strength of our purusharth itself will take us there. The strength of our purusharth, how much purusharth we have done, what is the bhava, that will take us to that loka. Now in those lokas, we don't have this limitation of physical body because physical body has dropped. We have got an astral body. Astral body doesn't have the limitations of the physical body. Like our stomach in a physical body is the size of a fist. That's all. How much food you can eat? This much, this much, this much. What? Stomach also can expand. But then, no limit, no stomach. So eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want, enjoy as much as you want. Muscles are not there in the physical body. Muscles have got a limit. You can run this much, you can exercise. You exercise as much as you want. You do whatever you want. So it's not that the joys are much bigger. Your capacity to enjoy the pleasures is much more. And of course, so many people give those examples of, I don't know what to say, but the dancing girls and the this and whatever, that all nonsense, okay? So whatever you wanted to enjoy and whatever you want, all satisfy your desires on earth, which you could not do, all those desires you are carrying with you, along with the Atma, subtle body, causal body is gone, enjoy over there, enjoy, just maja. And there, Ushitva Shashwati Samaha. You live there and enjoy for innumerable years. It's not a short holiday. You are going like transferred over there for a long time, in eternal number of years. Now the years also, just like other things are limitless in Swarg, the years also are limitless in Swarg. So they say 1 year of Brahmadev, if you compare it to a human year, means on earth, 1 year of Brahma is 3.1104 trillion human years. I don't know how to say it. 3.1104 trillion human years. And you will live there for innumerable years. Okay? Enjoy. Have fun. Eat, drink, do whatever you want. Then then come down. Back to square one. But no ruin, remember? No ruin. It's not a patan. It won't be a fall. Then Shuchinam Shrimatam Gehe Vijayate. You will take birth in the family of pious and prosperous parents. Afterwards, make the note of the question. So when all that punya gets exhausted in Swarga, all the brownie points, you have redeemed all the points that you have earned, you will come back here, the jiva will,
We'll come back again in sansar.
you will come back to sansar, you will come back to jagat, you will come back to the world. The jiva will take a physical body according to the vasanas which are still present in seed form in the causal body. Causal body, causing the body. According to the vasanas that are in seed form, the jiva will take that body. And the new individual which will be born with those same desires continuing from the previous lifetime. Imagine. Now these desires could be sattvic also. These desires could be rajasic, tamasic, they could be for material objects also, and it could be for knowledge and sadhana also. So depending on what kind of vasanas you have gone away for your vacation, you bring those same vasanas back. The same bag you pack when you go for holiday, the same clothes, the same things. You come back from your holiday with the same bag of vasanas, you will come back in the next. But you will want to come back to fulfill those desires. Now, depending on the guna, the kind of the nature of your vasanas, you will be put, divine intelligence will put you in the family where your jiva can continue that sadhana for knowledge, or can continue the desires for sattvic enjoyment, or the divine intelligence will put you in that kind of family where you can fulfill your material desires also. Because pious and prosperous. See the combination, pious and prosperous. So the parents, pious and prosperous. So parents may be satsangis, they may be doing sadhana, they may be listening to pravachans, they may have guru, or their lifestyle will be sattvic, their food habits will be sattvic, their living habits, their environment will be sattvic, and they will also be prosperous. They will also be wealthy. Now, why wealthy? Because when you are born in a wealthy family, you don't have that jhanjat, or you don't have that worry about earning your day-to-day bread. This is a blessing you are born with, that I don't have to devote my life to earning my daily living. I can devote myself to my spiritual quest. Unfortunately, even though we are born in wealthy families, we are still running after more and more wealth. And that is Purusharth. That is your choice. You have been put in this wealthy family, you have been put in this pious family, you have been put in a family of satsang opportunity, but other things take more importance, precedence. So this is where you will land up by doing your sadhanas, by living a pious life. You will do everything, but vasanas have not gone. Therefore, when you will drop the body, your vasanas will go with you to the other world. There you will enjoy. Then you will come back and you will again want to pursue the same thing. So you can imagine how this will keep on going. That is what is called cycle of life and death. Chakki pisai. This is chakki pisai. So you can, if you want examples of people who have been born with a lot of pious and prosperous parents, you can think of Gautam Buddha, Mahavir, King Janaka, He is a king, born in a kingly family, but devoted his life to spirituality. So this is for option 1, Yoga Brashta. What about the second one, who has developed Vairagya and then he has died? Let's go to last shloka, we do 42. Athava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam etadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadidrisham. Or if he is possessed of dispassion, then not attaining to those regions, he is born in the family of enlightened yogis, but such a birth in this world is very difficult to obtain. Okay, let's see the difference. Let's take the meanings first. Athava, or. Yoginameva, if he is possessed of dispassion, in other words, if he has mastered Vairagya. Mastered Vairagya before death. Before death. So you may have mastered Vairagya, but you still haven't had Aparoksh Anubhuti. Then if he dies, what will happen? Bhavati, he is born. He is born. Kule, in the family. Yoginameva, of yogis only. And what kind of yogis? Dhimatam, enlightened, full of wisdom. Etat, such a janma, birth, yadi drisham, of this kind, such a birth of this kind, he surely durlabhataram, very difficult to obtain, very rare, very precious, loke, in this world. So last shlok, they have fallen from the path, they have taken birth in a good cultured family, they are pious, they are prosperous, they are wealthy, they die, they go to Swarg, different lokas, they come back and continue their journey, and perhaps it just goes on and on. Athava, or yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam. Those who have mastered Vairagya. Mastered Vairagya means what? Mastered Vairagya means what? No desires left. Clear now, okay? They will not go to any loka. They will be born in the family of wise or enlightened yogis. Kule dhimatam, wise and enlightened yogis. Now, all sadhanas finished in the previous lifetime. Only little bit was left, some purushat baki hai. One small nudge is required. Nudge of what? Purushat and kripa. Purushat and kripa, chotu, little bit. Immediately they will penetrate through that veil of ignorance and they will get aparoksh anubhuti. Okay? The direct experience of their own self. So when will such a birth happen to the yoga brashta? When they are done, they have shraddha or sadhana chatushtai completely mastered, perfected, and most important, vairagya. That is the most important. But they have not reached aparoksh anubhuti. So they will not go to any lokas. They will immediately be born in the family of yogis. Now, this family of yogis will be poor. They will be enlightened. They will have knowledge of Brahma. They will not be like the wealthy kings and all that, not in that kind of a family. So why poor? Why such a person will be born to poor Brahmins?
So he's not distracted.
Not distracted, yes, but more deeper than that,
He has no desire.
he has no desire. See, the jiva is given a body that needs, which he needs. Now he has no desires. So why he needs wealth? He has no desires, so why he needs wealth? Okay. Unnecessarily you're putting wealth over there in his life, as he says, that may cause distraction. So no need. And the environment is also conducive for him to do sadhana, for him to focus on his spiritual quest. He will have opportunities to listen to satsangs. He will probably be in the environment with rishis, gurus, wise people, and he will not get the normal distractions we have of sansaric life. So he will be born in that kind of environment. If not born in that environment, soon after, in young age only, he will be transported to that kind of environment. And he has vairagya from the previous life. So what use is he of sansara? What use is there for any wealth for him? So, no need. Sattvic setting, aram se sit and do sadhana, experience the divine, chutti. Chutti means what? Aparoksh anubhuti. This is probably why, when people reach a certain stage, they want to not be in that sansaric environment. They would rather go have some solitude, stay in an ashram kind of thing, where they're not interested, that the attractions of sansar no longer pull them. And in fact, almost like you don't want that unnecessary pull of sansar. You would rather be in that sattvic environment where all this sansaric, up and down and rag and dvesh and like and dislike, everything is shant. Bhagavan says, such a birth where you will come in such a beautiful environment is durlabhataram. Very, very rare, very, very difficult, very, very precious, very, very difficult to obtain in this loke, in this world. Why? Why is it so difficult to obtain such a birth? First and foremost, for that very, advanced sadhak who has still some vasanas are left, he has to be born in a pious and prosperous family. That is also difficult enough. Pious and prosperous, ये दो चीज साथ में normally they don't go together. Those who are pious not necessarily are prosperous. So immense wealth and intense spirituality are not generally a common combination. Either you'll be intensely spiritual or you'll be immensely wealthy. So that is why already for that option 1, it is a durlabh. Already it is a rare thing to find. But to find pious, poor Brahmins who are enlightened and who have got this setting free from all sansaric desires, free from all distractions, very rare in this loka, in this Kali Yuga. To find that kind of a setting is even rarer. That is what Bhagavan is saying. What will be needed now? This jiva is there, let's say, waiting to come to get that one little nudge, one little extra purusharth, one kripa, and he's ready. Vairagya, shairagya, everything is ready. Bag is packed. But he needs to find one family where he can take birth, because to come into sansar, you need to have a family. So, For this advanced Jivatma, you can say, the advanced Jivatma, a yogi's family will be required. In Kali Yuga, yogi's family will be required in Kali Yuga. Divine intelligence will now help this advanced Jivatma. What will divine intelligence create? He will make some yogis enter Grihastha ashram. See, the whole plan is there. The universe wants you to come back. So, the universe, the divine intelligence will make some situation where yogis will enter Grihastha ashram. All our rishis were in Grihastha ashram. Why? Now you can understand why. Because they had to create an environment, a portal almost you can say, where those advanced Jivatmas could enter. Bhagwan Vedvyas was one of them. Because he was in Grihastha ashram, Shukadev was born. Shukadev, you know, who chanted the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya also. His parents were tapasvis, yogis. And that is why Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya could be born in that family. Now it makes sense why certain families could welcome such already almost enlightened beings, the age of 30, enlightened, done so much spiritual work, finished, prarabdha over. Sant Gyaneshwar, Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, his mother was already enlightened. That is why these people were born in such families and their spiritual work was almost over in the past life. Okay? So most rishis, who we know as rishis, were born in such families where the family members were already rishis. And that was called Rishi Parampara. Father is Rishi, the son becomes Rishi or the daughter becomes Rishi, and then he becomes, in his turn, goes into Grihastha ashram to welcome more such souls into the world. Now, as you know, Satyayug, Tretayug, Dwapar Yug, everything became more and more polluted. Now we have in Kali Yuga no Rishi Parampara left, only Parampara left is Guru Shishya Parampara, and that is also dwindling in Kali Yuga. So that is what we have to keep up this tradition of keeping this knowledge alive. And because there are this kind of Grihastha ashram family will no longer be able to be created because everyone is getting downward. That is why Kali Yuga will keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. That is why it is always going to go downhill. Up till where we can do, we have to keep this knowledge alive. And that is the biggest job for us. Because for us also, if we don't get a Paroksha Anubhuti in this lifetime, and we also need such a family to come back, somebody should be there to allow us to take birth again. See the importance of this knowledge. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's not. It is for our own kalyan. Forget about here and there. This option 2, this plan B has to be pakka. If we have to come back, there should be, our children should be there, our children's children should be there. Our children, Shishus, should be getting this knowledge. Instead of that, you know, when we have Shishu class here, somebody sending their child for tennis, somebody sending their child for dancing, somebody sending their child for music, and they are not getting this sanskar, they are not getting this knowledge. Somebody is sending them for tennis, somebody is sending them here, there. We are not understanding the importance of this knowledge continuing. Where will we be if we don't get that opportunity to come back and in one shot, age of 20, 30, go back. Enlightened. Finished. This is what we have to understand. So such a yogi is praised. Why such a yogi is praised? Because he has mastered Vairagya. He has mastered Vairagya, he has come back to the world, he has no other business, no other job, no other interest, no other hobby, no other kam danda, but to finish his job, his purpose for which he has got life. And we all have come back for that same purpose only. But we have found many new purposes. So many purposes we have found. Now all our purposes are scattered. And the main purpose for which we can have eternal bliss, that purpose only is given back burner. Retirement mein karega. Very good. So, the person who gets this rare birth, now how will he live his life? What will he be doing in this life? All that next time. Now you can ask me any question you want. Yes, Sonia.
Yeah. Will you add any desires in that punya lok when you go?
No. All this is done only in this karma. This is the lok where all additions, subtractions can happen.
So those vasanas with
It will just get strengthened because you are fulfilling. Yeah, you are strengthening.
Swamiji's life was also this.
Correct.
Yeah, the third one.
Exactly. At a young age, sent
Second one.
off to ashram. Sent off to ashram. Just a little thing is left required. Little punya, little purushat, little grace. Most important is the kripa of the guru under which the child is now taking sharan. And that's it, finished.
Is there any possibility for this person who has no desire after coming here? Is there any possibility to create new vasanas?
No new vasanas will get created because he has mastered Vairagya. It is not Karan Vairagya. Remember I told you there are two kinds of Vairagyas. It is not Karan Vairagya, it is not Shmashan Vairagya, it is not intellectual Vairagya, it is Vivek Purvak Vairagya. And once Vivek comes in, Vivek is Pakka, Vairagya has to follow. If Vairagya has not happened, that means Vivek is not Pakka. Once Vivek is Pakka, once you know how to walk, you're not going to fall. Like that. Anything else?
It is so beautiful that how this jiva comes back immediately.
Yeah,
There is no millions and millions of years being wasted amplifying the desires
correct.
in those lokas.
No need for going to lokas. क्या करेगा उधर जाके? He has no desires. Yeah, just done.
Time wasted.
No
for
waste
millions
time.
of
Yeah.
years.
Eternity. How many trillions of years you want to spend over there? I don't know.
It's waste.
Trillions. And then after all that trillions of years of sukha, back to square one. Back and you'll be born, as she says, many years later in Kali Yuga. Worse situation. Guys, we never want to come back later in Kali Yuga. Never. Because this is bad enough. Later, what's going to happen? We need to just be really serious about what we want and when we want to have it. Anything else? Easy to understand? Clear your doubt? You know where you are going? You may think now this is where I am going, but it doesn't have to always be that way. See, sometimes we say we are born with certain vasanas, we are born with certain understandings. Because of that, we are born in certain communities and families, in certain religious environments. But does it mean that till the end of your life, because you are born there, you have to die that way? No. This is such a wrong logic. Like, if it were to apply to me, it would mean that I was born a Parsi, so I should die a Parsi. And all this Sanatan Dharma wisdom I should not follow because I was born a Parsi. So there was a divine thing which said, you are born a Parsi and therefore you should, for the rest of your life, you should remain with the teachings of a Parsi. Right? That's what the thinking is. Wrong. Wrong. I'm born a Parsi because I had those vasanas which could be fulfilled in a Parsi family. But coming here and having been exposed to the knowledge which is higher and towards my kalyan, I can decide this is good, but this is better, this is where I need to go, and I can go. And there is no betrayal towards my religion. There is no betrayal.
That religion also would
That
have
religion has brought me up to here. Next one will take me further. So it's not like this religion is better than that religion. It means this religion takes you to a different goal, that religion takes me to a different goal. Destination is different.
All part of your karma only. So
Correct. How you have lived your life, that is where you will be brought in your next life. And how you live this life will dictate how you will go in the next one.
So again, first sadhana, choice.
Choice, always choice. Everything is choice. Everything is choice. Right? Okay? Good. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Jai Gurudev, God bless us.